Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Solilocast. A soliloquy is a spoken monologue wherein you don't care. I'm still trying to figure out the intro. I'm not as pissed as I was yesterday because of the conflicts, but I am still very disappointed in this world, in myself. Everything is garbage. Why is everything garbage, you ask? I'm going to tell you my own personal lackluster experience. So I've been trying to what a fucking idiot. I've been trying to contain my lust. It sounds worse than it is. I'm not like bursting at the seams with lust. I'm just like not trying to not let it control me and not be just after pussy and chasing all that shit, right? So I've been doing okay, decent, whatever. I don't get a lot of chance to even get the chance, So I'm on my way from work today. I'm in the train, and I walk in the train. I'm looking for a place to sit, and I see this girl out of the corner on my eyes, and I see that she doesn't look bad. So I specifically target that seat to sit next to her or across of her, whatever. Not for the reason that you may think like, ooh, you wanna get some. Actually, not. I do that sometimes as a training. It sounds so fucking retarded, but I really do that to sit there and not care about her. Literally, like, yeah, I don't care, whatever, bitch, right? It started great, because like usually when you sit down, you ask like, is this place free, like is somebody coming still? And I said that, and she didn't quite understand. She was asking me like, huh, and I just like waved her off like, yeah, whatever. I just sat down, which I don't know, made me feel like I didn't want to dismiss her like that, like, shut up, bitch. But she wasn't understanding what I was saying anyway. She didn't hear it well. So I was like, whatever, ain't nobody coming anyway, so I would just sit down. Which made her like, I felt like the whole energy of her just kind of shifted. She felt like a little bit like, ooh, who does he think he is to just wave me off? Which actually might have given me a good chance if I actually did anything about that. So I just sat, perched and sat a bunch of pepitors. Yeah, good English. So anyway, I was just sitting there by just watching some memes and stuff like that, and in my mind I'm looking, there's a little bit of a funny aspect to it too, because she was pretty, but she, like, her face was a little bit squished together. She looked a little bit like Lord Farquaad. I was calling her Lady Farquaad in my mind the whole time. So I was just kind of looking at her a little bit, and the more I look at her, like, she actually looks nice. She dresses nice. She seems to have a little bit of class and etiquette and whatnot. So I'm just like, yeah, should I talk to her? Should I like try to talk to her and be like, hey, whatever, right? That's my game. That's my fucking pickup line. Hi. So yeah. But I'm sitting there and I'm realizing, like, you're not gonna talk to this bitch, dog. Come on, you know yourself. Like, first of all, you're afraid of rejection. Second of all, you're afraid of what people, like the people who were sitting across, like next to whatever, like they might think if you just talk to people randomly and stuff like that. So I'm getting a bunch of bitch thoughts at the moment, like a bunch of but you can't do this. I'm getting a bit anxious and shit because I don't really want to talk to the bitch. Like, I want to talk to the bitch, but I don't want to talk to the bitch, right? I wasn't even looking for something. It was again one of those moments where, like, it doesn't really take bravery though, but it takes bravery because it's your own fear, even though it's not like a brave moment to just talk to somebody. But I had built it up in my own self so much that it was just like, fuck, right? So I just kept sitting there. I would stare a little bit at her from time to time, because I gotta say, she did look a bit funny. Like, she wasn't ugly. It was just like her face. She had a pretty face, and in a video game when you kind of like squish it together, and it's like all like there's a black hole in her nose, and it's pulling her face together, which gave her a little bit of a forehead, but it didn't make her look bad. It was still, it was still in the delectable, in the approachable sphere. And yeah, she had good style too. I like that. But the main problem was, like, I was just fucking myself up. Like, it could have been simple either way. I could have just said, you know what, like, if you're really about this monk life and you don't want to be chasing lust and that, then you shouldn't matter. You should just ignore her and just be on your phone and whatnot. But on the other hand, I did want to talk to her, and on the other hand, it's the same hand but it's the other whatever. It was like, Like, I want to talk to her, but I can't talk to her, and I also don't want to talk to her. But mainly, I don't want to not want to talk to her because I can't talk to her. If I could talk to her, I would want to talk to her. I'd talk to her anyway. Make no sense, but yeah, I would have talked to her if I would have had the balls. And it's not like, I don't know, bro. It's not even anxiety, bro. It's like, anxiety is different. Anxiety is like, bro, some shit is about to go the fuck down, my nigga. You need to be ready. But this was more of a just cowardice, just pure cowardice. And it's another case of being aware of the problem doesn't really make it better, because then I just start talking shit to myself. Like, oh, look at you little bitch, of course you're not gonna talk to her. And she wasn't even that fine. Like, all these things goes through my mind, like 1,000 whirlwind. And I could have just said, hello, do you know Shrek? And she'd say, yeah, I know Shrek. Why? I said, yo, well, there's this character who looks like you. That would have been a good opener. Not because it's how you say, not because I just came out insulting her now, but she does have she had a interesting face. I'd say that much. She had an interesting look about her. And then just kind of like, I realized, like, bro, of course you're nervous because you're not used to socialize with people. You don't like people. Of course you're not used to socialize with people, especially if you want something on the other hand. And that's like the main thing. That's why I'm trying to get, how do you say, I'm trying to get into control of my lust, because I feel like it hinders me of doing what I'm supposed to be doing, just chilling, like I could have literally just say her hi, whatever, even explain, like, I didn't mean it like that, like, fuck off, whatever. I was just like, never mind, you didn't hear me, whatever. Even just that, to clear that shit up, because I felt like that's also a little bitch feeling. Why you feeling like that? Why you feeling sorry for people, you little bitch ass nigga, shit like that. But yeah, it was one of many situations I found myself, and I think I've regressed, because literally two years ago, when I just started the job, I had a similar situation, but I did it, and it didn't turn out good either, because I'm cursed, but that doesn't matter. But there was two girls, two beautiful black girls. They were speaking Spanish, and that's two downs, bruh. They were black and they spoke Spanish. That's already, you already got me. That's good. And they did look good, I'll tell you that. So, I don't know, I was feeling a bit more audacious, I don't know. I was a different person back then. I regressed. But anyway, so I did talk to them. I talked to their sister, I talked to the older one, and we kind of clicked, we kind of connected and stuff. And it was sort of the same situation, just different. Back then I wasn't trying to not look at women and all of that. But I remember sitting there, I remember like hearing them talk and all that, and I knew, I was like, like, it doesn't matter what happens, you'll know the regret afterwards. Like, that regret, that come back to that afterwards, that shit is way worse than whatever might have happened, right? And what happened, that's funny, bro. This is why I say I'm cursed, bro. Like, it would have been bad if I didn't talk to them, and then I would have just been like, why didn't I talk to them? I would have been just upset about that for a whole ass while. And because, like, in my thought, like, the bad thing that could happen is I could just get rejected, and they would be like, no, don't talk to us, blah, 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 whatever, right? What happened was actually way worse. We actually kind of, we hicked it off, we licked it off. We didn't lick anything off, sadly. How do you say it? We had chemistry, right? We were really, like, we had the same type of humor. We were like a little bit of that conscious shit in us and stuff, We danced, like, some crazy shit, bro. But she gave me a wrong number afterwards. She didn't give me a wrong number. She gave me an incomplete number. She lied, like, the last digit. I don't know what happened. She didn't put that shit in. I tried to, like, go, like, go every number, try to find it. It didn't work. The whole number might have been fake, and she's just trying to throw me off. Like, that's the real number, but you gotta earn the last digit. But the whole number fake. So in the end, like, what happened was worse, because not only that was I under the illusion that something might happen, I got hope awakened in me. Not only that, but in the end, like, nothing happened, in a worse way. Then I just it's fucked up, bro. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of shit. What was the thing saying about? Right. So the rejection part, now I'm feeling that. Not the rejection part, the regret part. Now I'm feeling that. Now I feel like, man, you a bitch ass nigga. You could have just said, I like your scarf. Just to fucking say something. You didn't have to further the conversation, but that at least would have made you feel a little bit better. Just a little bit. You wouldn't feel like the biggest bitch on the planet if you just said, you know, anything. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm never happy. Because I don't want to be happy, I guess. Like, it's not, I want to be happy, but I feel like subconsciously I don't. I keep sabotaging myself and something like that. Because I guess I like to complain more than I actually like to maybe not be happy. Whatever. We're getting too deep into this shit. I'm still trying to figure out like how deep we can go into this, because the idea is that I just talk now, and I just go as deep as I feel like. We don't have the capacities for that. But I don't want to be like just a fucking mopey sad show, like life is sad. That's boring. Nobody wants to hear that shit. So I don't know. It brings me to a point of like, I understand why. Like, I just need to socialize more with people, but I don't like people, bro. People are fucking there's a point where I thought to myself, like, I was sitting there and I was like, why do you want to talk to her? You just want some pussy. You think that's gonna make you happy? And I thought, nigga, I don't want to be happy. I want to get my dick sucked. What's wrong with you? Talking about happiness, bro. I don't want happiness. I want happiness to be sucked. That's not that's not how it goes, bro. But it's true. I wouldn't be happy afterwards, even if I would have had something with her. I would still be like, fuck, Lord Farquaad, what did I do? Or some shit. To rephrase, she wasn't ugly. I need to make that point clear, because like I keep calling her Lord Farquaad. It's just the shape of her head was weird. Her face itself was fine. It's just her shape was kind of like randomized or something. Fucking somebody had randomized on that bitch, and it didn't turn out bad, I have to admit. Damn. But yeah, the regret afterwards is always way worse. It's like, oh, why didn't I do this? Woulda, shoulda, coulda, right? But yeah, I don't know at this point. Like, how am I gonna solve the funnier thing, like what I thought afterwards, you know, what I said to myself afterwards, like, maybe you'll see her tomorrow. And what's gonna be different tomorrow, huh? Is there no people gonna be around to listen to your cringe attempt at getting some pussy? Is I don't know what the fuck is gonna be different tomorrow. I don't think anything is gonna be different tomorrow. I'm still gonna be the same. And the chance of me seeing her, I've been going this route for like I said, like almost 3 years now. I've never seen this bitch before. This is the first time I see her on that train, on the spot where I'm always at. So I might never see her again. I hope I never see her again, because I don't know what I would do if I'd see her again. My bad. I'd be like, hey, remember me? I didn't talk to you that one time, right? Right? That was good times. No, it don't work like that. It do not work like that. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be doing fucking shit next to my recordings. That's very unprofessional. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Bro, this nigga a bitch, bro. What's wrong with you? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be reading shit while I'm recording. That's very unprofessional. But hey, this is an unprofessional show. The Ramblings of a Madman. That should be the new title. Ramblings of a Madman. But this Solilocast fits too. If I might have actually some topics to talk about, I might have actually be able to say some of substance and value, but I'm not. I like this free riffing. I like the fact that I can just mispronounce words and I don't need to worry. Like, I said what I fucking said. It didn't make any sense. Well, it did in my head. Maybe you just need to re-listen to it. I like that. I like the freedom to just complain and talk about shit. Do I like complaining? Do I like complaining too much? That's a good question, right? What do you think about complaining? I think complaining has its place somewhere, but if it's the only thing you do, then like, yeah, whatever. If You should only complain to someone who can actually do something about it. So if someone is mistreating you, someone's treating you bad, someone that can do something about it, you can't complain to that person about the situations and whatnot. But if you're not happy with your life and what is going on in your life, my wife, very nice. Anyway, if you don't know, how do you say that? If you don't, I should talk into the mic. Probably that'd be a good professional advice. See, I don't even know what to say. It doesn't matter. It is gone. Let it fly. It's all good. It doesn't matter. Complaining, right? So if you're not happy with your life and you're just complaining about that, like, that's good. Don't complain to other people though. Complain to yourself, because you're the only person who can actually do something about it. That's why I don't mind my complaining as much, because I don't go to, I had this girl and I wanted to talk to her, but I had no balls. Like, bro, I just complain to myself and to the unfortunate listeners of the Solilocast, which one day will be a great show. Listen to across the nation. Which nation? Latvia. But hey, one nation, I guess. At least one nation. The Fire Nation. Complaints. Do I complain too much? I realize that I'm very ungrateful for everything that I have. Not in a like a spoiled brat type of thing, more of like a depressed asshole type of shit. And I don't even like calling myself depressed anymore, because I'm not depressed. I deal with depression, which makes me depressed sometimes. It's not like, and even bro, that shit, like the whole fake mental illness stuff that pops up on the internet and stuff like that. Like, if you bro, if you would actually deal with any of this shit, like, there's a certain part of attention seeking that I can kind of like, okay, I kind of understand, especially if you're young and stuff like that. But I see some grown ass people pretending to have multiple personality disorder and shit like that. Like, bruh, are you out of your freaking mind? Are you insane? And not the way that you think you are insane, a different type of way. Like, what's wrong with you, bro? Seriously. It's just stigmatized and all. But yeah, but it is kind of a little bit about that, because in the Solilocast I will talk about what is in my head. So in the head, so I'm not really I'm not really worried about making it too sad, because shit, it's the real deal, bro. Like, this is my, why would I not talk about what's going on in my head in a podcast that is solely about the shit that goes on in my head? That would be self-restricting. So if I want to complain and say sad stuff over here, I'm gonna say sad stuff. That's just the way the ball goes, you know? So yeah, man. Fuck, man. I don't like anything in my house. Actually, that's not true. I like a lot of stuff in my house. But I'm trying to complain. How do you say it? Not expeditiously. I sometimes just use words, bro. Like, I want to complain without reason, so I can realize how pathetic I sound, or how unrealistic, or whatever you want to say, how dumb it just sounds to complain about shit, even though we live in a lot of us live in a very fortunate situations. So, which makes me even madder at myself, to be honest, because my life could be so great. Like, I could live a great fucking life. I live a great fucking life. I already have a fucking amazing life. But there's something in my brain that doesn't let me see it, that just always focus on the negative, that always brings out more of the negative than anything else. And that's not cool, big bro. That's not fun. I don't want to do that shit. And like I said, I'm gonna be real with you. When I say I want to kill myself, I don't say like, oh, I'm suicidal. At the moment, I'm not suicidal. It's not like I wanna fucking end my life. It's like I'm tired of having to deal with this shit in my brain, and I don't like the outlook, the option, the premonition, whatever, that in the future this is gonna be my life. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter how far I come. Someday I'm just gonna wake up like, whoop, yep, fuck everything. Everything is shit. Fuck that. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Yep, everything is shit. Like, I don't wanna. Why even build anything? Why, like, for real, like, sometimes I ask myself, like, why would I even have a family if, like, I wouldn't even be able to appreciate it? They would have to deal with my shit. So yeah, nah. I'm cursed, not in a mystical way. I'm cursed in a psychological way. I'm cursed in a way that I've written a poem. I've recited this maybe before, but it's called Sand. It wasn't originally a poem, but it is a poem now. It's very short. It's called Sand. Whatever. I will do it in a British accent, by the way, just so it, you know. In everything I touch, it grips an evil clutch. To sand has fallen such, my love had hurt too much. Thank you very much, thank you. It's a simple poem. It wasn't really meant as a poem. I wrote it in a song, and I liked the phrasing of it so much. I liked how it sounded. I liked what it represented to me, that I took it out and I was like, yeah, this is its own stuff. I might actually read you another poem. Welcome to the poem time. What do I got? The Price of Joy. This is a poem I wrote a month ago. Yeah, I started listening to Charles Bukowski's audiobooks and shit like that, and he really inspired me to write my shit and not give a fuck about anything. At least trying to figure my life out in a certain way. So this is The Price of Joy. It's a little bit of, it doesn't even rhyme. It's whatever. For every laugh there is a sorrow. For every smile there is a tear. To eat you must kill. That is the only karmic law I know. A debt to be paid. For a moment of happiness, I indebt myself into lamentation. It's okay. I mean, is it go all out or go all the way? It's not all that, but it's decent. What does it mean though? It means exactly what I explained. It means shit, even if I get happy, even if I find something, at this point my brain has kind of been so trained to just look for the negative that it's difficult. And I start to wonder, like, bro, am I actually depressed, or do I have just depressive habits in my mind, like that I just overtook over some time? That's some oh boy. But yeah, that's some shit that I don't even want to get into, because like once I start, it's a fucking onion, bro, and I'm already way too fucking deep into the layers for me to start unpacking even more layers. And maybe the depression isn't as bad as it once was. The only thing that is left are those depressive habits, those, how do you call them? I have no words left today. How do you call it? I don't say it's a mechanism. I'd say it's like a function, an automation, something in the brain that's just a habit. It just does it. It does it automatic. Give me a second. So maybe I'm feeling much better than I was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But the habits are still there. The mind habits are still there, which hold me back a lot. So yeah, I should just probably focus on that. Like I said, the ungratefulness on my part is very big, but it's not on purpose. It's not like, I don't know, it depends on people. I don't know how people would see ungratefulness or how they would do it, but I feel like people will look at that what they have and be like, oh, that's not enough, I want more. Whereas with me, it's like I don't see what I have, and all I see is shit that is not good. Does that make any sense? So it is ungrateful, bro, because if you really think about it, like, a lot of us have it way too good. Not too good, but like, we have it fucking great. We have it better than maybe like 90% of the people in the world. If you're probably listening to this and you got a job and whatnot, like, you good off. You're in a good place, I'd say. You're in a good place like that. So the two things that I've had a conversation with an acquaintance of mine, and I like to ask him from time to time. I like to ask him shit like that because he has a good head on his shoulder. He's not a dick, so I feel comfortable telling him my mental inefficiencies, deficiencies, whatever you want to call it. And he said a lot of shit. He likes to talk, so I like to listen to it. That doesn't matter. The point that he made at the end that I kind of took away from it is thankfulness and patience. To be grateful and be patient. Because he kept telling me, like, yeah, you have all this shit going for you. You could do this, you could do that. But you put too much pressure on yourself, and you want too much too fast, and and he said something that's very interesting, very impactful. He said, Like you always just look up. The higher you climb, you always look up. But sometimes people forget to look down and say, "Oh shit, look how far I've come." And I feel like that a lot. Cause like, bro, I've done a lot of songs. For the time and the effort that I've put in, I haven't put in that much effort. It's a little effort, it's not that much, but I've done a decent amount of songs now. That is good, bro. That is very good. There was a time where I had no songs. There was a time where I couldn't even finish a song. I would just write 16 bars, and I would be afraid to keep writing because I thought, oh, what if it's not good? What if it's not as good as the first? All of that stuff. So I've come far, I guess. I've come far. And you just need to remind yourself how far you've come. That you have actually come far. That you've actually made improvement, because it can feel like you don't. And like I said, it can feel like it's a curse. Like everything you do is destined to just fall into sand. I'd like to explain my poem a little bit better afterwards. I just realized something. When I said, like, to sand has fallen such, my love had hurt too much. What I mean is, I already talked about this yesterday on the Schnitzel and Cornflakes podcast, where I said, whenever I care about something, whenever I feel strongly about something, it kind of fucks it up. Which makes me think, like I said, my love had hurt too much. Is it the way that I love things that it just fucks shit up? Is it the way that I approach things? If I want something from them, like something danger zone, right? But yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Maybe I just saying I don't know because that's easier to say than just not saying anything. How much time we got on here? Oh shit, we got almost half an hour now. Great. But yeah, I need to fucking make a little bit of a hopeful message for the kids. Kids, everything is great. You just wake up and you look into the sun and the sun is shining down on you like a little fuckers. I don't know, bro. Like life is simple and beautiful if we would just fucking look at it. And I'm glad. I hope that it sounds so dumb because I've been hoping this as I'm like 16, 17, that someday I don't have to deal with this. But what I'm hoping now is that what it taught me before is to do something that I care about, to be passionate, to live a life that I want to live. And what it's teaching me now is to be grateful and be patient for the shit that I have. So in the end, it's like it's a great teacher. It's a fucked up teacher, but it teaches you some shit. You just gotta be aware. Sometimes, so I tell my sister that too. She has a little bit of problem with that too. Well, a little bit. We're probably on the same craziness scale, but she, fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. What did I tell her? What did I tell her? What were we saying? What are you saying? What are you talking about? What are you saying? I don't know. I told her some shit. She said it was good. Whatever. I don't remember. The point is that, right. I remember. See, everything comes back to me. That sometimes you don't think like, oh, hold up, it's a sickness. You know, you believe the thoughts and the feelings that come. You don't. Because when I get manic, when I get like hyper and I'm like, oh, I want to do 50 fucking shit at once, I am aware. I know, okay, hold up. I'm being manic. I'm being completely random. I'm talking in accents and shit like that. Like, this is for the cast, but I do that shit for myself. Just fucking go like, you little Irish bastard. I've never been to Ireland, but I love the Irish accent. The point is, I can feel and I'm aware that I'm in a max state, that I'm in an exaggerated state, that I know that I cannot fucking take the world over. So fucking energy, so much energy in me. But that's not real, right? On the other hand, when it's the sadness and the madness, that shit feels real as fuck, bro. There's no voice to tell me, hold up, bruv, you're not the biggest piece of shit to have ever been dropped on this fucking hell earth. No, don't worry about it. No, bro. That shit is like, yeah, that's what it is, and that's a fact. You could look it up in the dictionary, the Wikipedia, whatever you want to look it up. Give me a second. I'll drop my filter. And I was running far away. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Nobody knows. Yeah, Aurora, good shit. Anyway, so yeah, I think I'm done. I think on that note, I think I'm gonna end it. I didn't remember what I just said. I kind of know what I said, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, be aware. If you deal with depression, I'm not gonna say suffer from depression. We don't say that anymore. If you deal with depression, I don't think this is the best podcast for you to listen to because, bro, like I said, sometimes I'll tell you how I feel at the moment, how what is going on in my mind. It's not always positive. So like the last 2 days, I've come here just to complain about cornflakes and about how I get no bitches and how sad I am. That's not a good podcast, bro. Who the fuck wants to listen to that? But I just don't want anyone to feel bad, either for me or because of me. Like I don't want any sympathy on the pet. Bro, I'm used to it. I'm done with it. Not done with it, but whatever. It's my pain. I'll deal with it. I don't want anyone to feel like to hear this shit and be like, yeah, man, he's right. Life is useless. Life is just pain and all of that. Everything. That's the last thing that I would want. So, like, if you're not feeling too well, don't listen to my shit, bro. Unless it makes you feel better, unless you think, bro, this nigga is crazy. Ooh, I'm so lucky I'm not him. If that's the case, keep listening, keep doing you. I don't really think anybody's gonna listen to this. Like maybe 1 or 2 people, like realistically speaking, 5, but not the people that I would like to listen to. I generally just would want someone to listen to this who just thinks it's interesting, because I like to hear myself talk. I would like somebody to hear what I have to say. And it doesn't have, I mean, I'm not saying that what I say is right or what I say is always the fucking, whatever, a revelation, ironically enough. But I think I have some interesting takes when I'm not fucking talking about killing myself and shit. Then yeah, I think I have some shit going on. So it's just a cool podcast you can just put in the bag. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Like half the time it doesn't even make sense. Like my grammar is off. I switch languages and shit. It's a weird fucking cast. But it's a Solilocast, and I didn't even told you to fuck off. I still need to work on the intro. It's still being done. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I really truly wish every listener here peace, love, happiness, success, abundance. I want God to personally smack a blessing on your forehead and be like, be blessed, my child, because I don't want people being in pain. That shit sucks. Shit is fucking cringe. So yeah, my name is Rev. If you did not know, now you do know. Rev stands for revelation, by the way. That's why if you did not know, it's been revealed and now you know. So if you did not know, now you do know. Much love, much peace. Peace.